Now let's talk about your family and the reason why you wrote this book, Raised in Hell. I read this book. Matter of fact, I read it completely through, and then I went back and reread it because I was like, you were raised in hell. So, I mean, your mother had issues, and I mean, it's like a bunch of you guys, nine children, and did you ever get to meet your father? Cause
I did when I was, I met him when I was 9 years old, and I disconnected with him and didn't speak to him again until I was over 40.
And so what was, you over 40? You over 40 now?
I'm over 40. I'm 40. Class of 86 in the mix. I ain't changed. But yes, I reconnected with him when I was in my early 40s. And by way
what was that like?
It was uncomfortable, but I'm at peace. When you get a certain age, you're not mad at anybody anymore because I am what I am. We all are a series of our experiences. So all the bitterness was gone. I had already survived the worst of the worst, so I had no reason to be upset at anyone. I'm at peace. And
so how is he?
He's doing well and actually still driving at 70-something years old. He's a truck driver.
Oh,
in Louisiana. I'm like, you still driving, bro? He's like, yeah. He in Louisiana telling me how to get to work in Bay Area. No, you take the 5 to the 510. I'm like, bruh, for real?
You live in Louisiana.
Right. So he's sharp as a tack, and so I reconnected with him was peaceful.
So now, and you had you guys were separated from your mother for a while. I mean,
Absolutely.
being passed from pillar to post with your sisters and brothers, and there were some that you were close to, and some that you were kind of distant from. Let's talk about that, especially coming from a big family.
Absolutely.
All those personalities.
Yes, ma'am. So, and that's what the really backdrop of this book is. It really encompasses the breakdown and the drama and the unity that really is a string that needs to hold every family together. A little spirituality, a little faith, and unity. So no matter what you go through, at the end of the day, there's no one's going to be as close as your family. So no matter what you go through, at the end of the day, that unity has to remain. So in every chapter of Raised in Hell, I have an anecdote, I have a lesson, I have a life skill or metaphor, or something that they can use.
You've got teaching moments in every chapter.
So that's how it came about then.
I think that is absolutely wonderful because we need, especially in the African American community,
absolutely.
This is it's an easy read. In studio with me is the very lively, very funny Deon D. Price. He's written a book. It's about his life and his life's work. It's called Raised in Hell, a nonfiction family drama. You have no control over the environment into which you are born, but you can control how that environment will affect you. You felt it necessary to put this down in a book. I love the way that the book reads. It's such an easy read, and the fact that you put the pictures in the back so we can, and then I cheated, because I was like, I don't know what happened. And I said, oh, he got a couple pictures in the back. Hey, there's some pictures in here.
Yeah.
So tell me what the response was like when your family...
Yes. and Mother Love, when you're dealing with such personal issues, you are going to get that push and pull where some people understand the bigger picture and some people are resistant. So some people, some of my family members are just really, there's just a couple of them where like, I don't think that we should air this. I don't want to revisit any old wounds because it's difficult. It's difficult. But the majority of them understand if someone could learn from our drama and draw strength from it, then it's a plus. And if you look at the whole book, it's basically a success story.
It totally is a success story.
Everyone it's all doing well. They're living kids. Everybody's living well. So it's a success story. So, but then, you got
that's what I got out of
it.
I got a success story. I mean, when your mother read it, she read it?
Oh yes, and that was the strength I got because once some of the resistance from some of the family members, they start giving me the drama about why would you say all this stuff, and
this is your truth, though.
Absolutely.
This is from your
That's
point
my
of
truth.
view.
This is my experience. And my response to that was, listen, Mommy's, what we call her, but she has been in the presence when I've delivered this message live in front of an audience, a community event, or any type of major. She's been in the audience celebrating this message and giving her testimony. So if I had her blessing,
the rest of y'all can go somewhere and
right.
Kiss what he twisted, and we ain't talking about his wrist.
And also that having a family, having such a broken family, really made me, and I got to give props to my oldest brother, Herman Roberts. And in the book, he's a star in this book.
Oh,
because
yeah.
he, as a young man, he really took us by the horns and saved us, coming out of here, getting us out of this mess with his young family, which was very difficult.
But he never turned his back,
absolutely.
and his wife never turned his back.
They were beautiful
never
people.
turned their back on you.
I'm going to visit them right after I leave
Are
here.
you? Please give them both a hug from me.
I will tell them. And that's a lesson that he put in me. No matter what, you maintain your original family. These broken families, no matter what, and these young men that I mentor, if you and that woman don't work out, so what? It's not that kid's problem. You maintain that family.
You got to co-parent
with all your life. It's not about you anymore.
Not when you have children.
Once that child, that's it. And he put that in me a long time ago, and to this day, I hold true to that. It made me a better father and a better, a parent. And I make sure that I try to make life better, not only for mine, but every young a young man I can within my reach. But he didn't have to come from Compton to LA to come get us every weekend. No one would have been mad at him.
And buy your shoes.
Absolutely.
And take good care of you.
And knowing we had to go through, knowing the drama that we had to go through in high school, with my mother buying me upside down Nike. You remember?
What's with the swoop? The kids just tease you to no end.
That's in this book, and people don't believe. Absolutely. And that's also a testament of how, as parents, we got to stay connected socially to our children, because this generation may have some things that we may not understand, but we have to embrace it. Not accept everything,
right?
But we have to stay socially connected with your youth today so we can maintain their connection and be better guidance for them. My mother was so disconnected. She gave me 2 stripes, shoes with 2 stripes. I had to buy an extra stripe and paint an extra stripe so they could look like Adidas. That's how desperate I was, because she didn't know.
Let me get a Sharpie paint. Don't Adidas have 3 stripes? Why I got 2 stripes?
I had to do what I had to do. You hear me?